have land, you have cars, as long as you're not owing on it, that will be your security or collateral that I will hold in order to do business with you. They break open your house one time, they rape your mother, they rape your father, they rape your brother, they rape your sister, they rape your auntie, they rape your auntie, they rob you of all your jewels, they take your car if you have a license firearm, they take your firearm, and they go on with that. And those that are supposed to vote for this bill, for the next year, you all are pleased and it's okay with that. What are they smoking? You cannot come and tell Saieed, well, hear this now. Saieed, mass mandatory, here we go. They come to an end. And then you come and tell me, here we go on side. If you go to the supermarket, the grocery, or the malls, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you go to a pharmacy, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you're traveling, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the transportation hub, you have to wear your mask. If you're going to church side, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the school side, you're wearing your mask. If you go to a barber salon, you go to the theater, you're wearing your mask. Which dum-dum in Trinidad and Tobago will go in a theater and buy a popcorn and a juice and sit down and wear a mask? Thanks! If every councillor go through their constituency, do video clips like this and send it for us, I'm gonna be so happy just to play it on our program on a Wednesday night. You know why I would be happy? I will be filled with joy in my heart. You know why? Because the councillor is getting off their butts and they are actually going and doing some live video shoots. Real Talk took the initiative to find out suppliers of wheat in the world that National Flour Mill could go to. So now Romano is saying the company is not going to raise any price in the near future. Why? Why? Is it because the S-boss and they realize now that, hey, it is in the public domain that we could go right Mexico and buy flour and wheat? We could go right China and buy wheat? I am about change. And thus far, Real Talk is very effective in Trinidad and Tobago, coming towards making changes for the citizens. Public Utility Minister Marvin Gonzalez have urged the population to appreciate and be grateful for the availability of the utilities. This, as Gonzalez recalled, time in his life when he had to fetch water using a bucket from a nearby river. Gonzalez, I want you to understand something. I want you, Mr. Gonzalez, to understand something. You are being paid thousands of dollars by public utility, by the finance ministry, to govern WASA. Come on. To govern WASA, I want you to understand that you ain't going in no office for no free code. You are being paid. Do not tell me that I, Saieed, have to be grateful for the water I get it. Let me tell you something, Gonzalez. Every 4 months, I have to pay $400 and I get water once a bloody month. So don't come on a media briefing and say, Saieed, you have to be contented. You have to be happy. Marvin, the next best thing for you to do is to resign and get the hell out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saieed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. Remember, it's our public concerns night tonight, so feel free to call in. Let's hear about the road condition in your community. Let's hear about the box train condition in your community. Let's hear about the MPs and the councillors not visiting your community. Also, public concerns, let us hear about the crime that is taking place in your community. So viewers, you're viewing Real Talk with Saieed Ali on our public concerns night. So just a reminder, Real Talk is offering you 4% on a fixed investment at our company. You cannot go wrong. The highest interest rate that is being paid in any financial institution in Trinidad. 4% from 20,000 go up for 5 years. That is what you're going to get. A higher interest rate. Now, I'm a licensed money lender. Those of you who are looking for cash borrow, it's not a problem. You can contact me. Make arrangement. Come down to our office. Our phone numbers will be on screen shortly, viewers. So call the numbers. We are open from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Remember, we are located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road in Shogunas and 132 Sipero Road, Victoria Village in San Fernando. 4%, you cannot go wrong. Remember, we are also into real estate. We are into equipment rental. We have license to lend money. We have the highest fixed deposit rates in Trinidad and Tobago. Also, Real Talk Financing and Investment, together with Real Talk Equipment Rental, will be opening its branch in Guyana very soon in January. So viewers, we're growing. We're not stable one place. We are extending our arms in the Caribbean countries. Remember that. Also, those of you who have US currency to sell, I am buying. You can contact me at 3391670 and we can do business from there. So as I start the program, I want to start it off with Marlon. Marlon, you have failed many times to contact my office. Failed many, many times. You know, Marlon, I could be a real bad man, you know. I could be a real bad man for the money you come and take from my company and just go on with it, you know, like a bandit, you know. Are you a bandit, Marlon? I don't know, I'm asking. Are you? I could do the same thing I did with Rochelle, you know, and light a light, you know. And what happened to all you is not my business, you know. I could do the same thing, you know. You see, there's many things I found out about Narissa. That is why I ain't saying too much. But I go tell you something, the day is coming up. Narissa go hold your head and ball. Me asking you, I'm telling you. So Marlon, if you know you can't give me back my money, bring your vehicle in my compound and we go to go. Marlon Andrews. You know, it's sad, Marlon, when you came to my office and you talk. I held up my end of the bargain, but you as a big bald head man, you hold up your end of the bargain. I wonder if you're married and you have family and think, Marlon, how your family feeling, your father, your mother, your brother, seeing that your picture now up on television. And this is what I tell people, you know, when your picture go up on television, it's a nationwide embarrassment. Nationwide embarrassment. And on top of this, Marlon Andrews, none of your friends and your family will be able to help you anymore. You just put a full stop on your own life right there. On your own life. Nevertheless, we are the rest of this week. I will highlight your pictures as normal. So we have Narissa. Let me give Narissa a little shout out tonight. Let me give Narissa a little shout out tonight. Narissa, the day is coming, girl. Your day is coming. Problem start. Problem start. Problem start. You see it done start to go down already? You see it done start to go down already? Me hurting up my head, you know. God is have a way of dealing with people, you know. God have a way of dealing with people. Narissa Muhammad from Paje, let me tell you something. God has have a way of dealing with people. The lady who PDZ 8917. Let me tell you something. Narissa. I know where it is. Narissa, I ain't wiling you up. I know where it is. But I'm going to tell you something. There's something that we call time. Narissa. Did they say time waits on no one? I waiting on time for a certain thing. And when that time hit on the clock, Narissa, you go hold your head and you go ball. I tell you that on national television. You will hold your head and you will ball. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saieed, and to all the listeners. That young lady there, Narissa Muhammad, I want to just throw a spanner in the wheels. You think that car has been used for unwanted activities? That's all I'm saying. I just say something. Because why she hiding a car for? She take the car and she want to come up with the paisa? That's wrong. What I'm calling you for? As I'm now seeing on the news the right of Caribbean Airlines that what I tells you, they're going into deep trouble because they buy 737 MAX. So you see what happened with Boeing in Alaska Airlines and all kind of thing? The plane falling apart.
Correct.
So they grounded all of them. No. Trinidad, they're buying the 9, they buy the 8. And yes, not yesterday, an hour ago, I seen out of India who have plenty 737 MAX 8. Parts missing too, washers and all kind of thing, and they grounded and doing inspection, testing and safety. I hope Caribbean Airlines don't want the airlines to collapse, because KR helping them by removing the debt. But it is a badly run organization, and the fact is, I want them to tell me tomorrow if they do safety audits on all these issues. The other thing I want to talk quickly about, I hear BPPT abandon the relationship with Carnival around the Savannah, and I want to tell people that's corporate policy from headquarters, because BPPT have a safety policy to protect all the employees, not like Paria. They put employees above profits, whereas Paria put profits before people. We had 4 or 5 divers, and the leadership of this country ducking, moving, running, all kind of things. Just like how we didn't go down to the cremation site for Mr. Bande. I go and have a nice evening.
Thank you, my friend. So Trinidad and Tobago, BPTT cancels PAN space over security concerns. Now listen to this. Citing overwhelming security concerns, BPTT has confirmed that it has decided not to move forward with plans to hold a proposed activity in the Savannah as part of its support for PAN after a risk assessment. In a release, BPTT stated that it had been discussing with the National Carnival Commission a proposal for use of a small area of the Savannah opposite BPTT's head office during the carnival season. It noted with concerns that a private email between a company representative and the NCC has been circulated on social media. The email said BPTT was disappointed in the outcome and thanked the NCC for its willingness to partner with it to make the ideal a reality, or the idea a reality. In its release, BPTT said its comment to the support of culture and is committed to supporting culture for the national instrument remaining unwavering, and it will continue its customary support for Carnival 2024 and beyond. But because of security reasons, they pull back. So Trinidad and Tobago, there is a video circulated on social media. Now, hold on the director. In Trinidad, now it's public concerns night, so we're highlighting it. I was going to bypass it, but no, I would not bypass it. Listen to this. In Trinidad and Tobago, because of the escalating crime in our country, citizens of our country, of Trinidad and Tobago, are not dependent on TTPS. This is not mouth say. We hear this from the citizens on the street. Look at this video. Look at this.
You have it? Yeah.
Look at it carefully. Pull it back again, Eric. Look at that. Now, I did not blur the video. You know why? You wanna know why I did not blur the video? Trinidad and Tobago. I am in the media. We highlight issues. We are the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. And you see, when you're wearing a uniform, such as TTPS, listen to this carefully. When you're wearing a uniform, such as TTPS, you took an oath to protect and to serve. You served, but you did not protect. Now Trinidad and Tobago, remember the other day it had a female officer talking in a rudely manner to a gentleman who made a phone call to the station. It was St. Joseph Station. So we understand now that that officer, put it back up, that officer that you saw that literally hit the phone off the individual hand is from the St. Joseph Station also. Now we understand that administration is going to investigate the matter and act on disciplinary action. So I want to ask the Commissioner of Police, this matter have no big set of investigation to go on for months. Look at the beginning of the video. Officer walked up to the gentleman, hit the gentleman's phone off, serve him with a ticket. The gentleman refused to take the ticket. The officer walked back. There is no big set of investigation. The officer was rude. No. When officers get suspended in Trinidad and Tobago, they got half salary or half pay when they are suspended. So how is this officer now? How is the disciplinary action department of TTPS going to treat this matter? Is he going to get suspended for 7 days with half of his salary and he's going to be home? I'm asking. While the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago have no faith in TTPS, this is what we see taking place in our country. This is what we see. You wearing a uniform and you abusing. Let me tell you something. Thank God they had a bystander that was recording everything. Thank God for that bystander. So now I want to ask Erla, how are you going to discipline officers that wear their uniform proud? They're proud to be an officer of TTPS. But how are you going to deal with them when they act like that? For a ticket? For a ticket, you hit away a man's phone? Because you wearing a uniform of TTPS, Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, you could just walk up with another officer and just hit away a man's phone? Serious? Serious? No wonder why crime cannot done in Trinidad. No wonder why. Now the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago have to trust TTPS to solve crime in that manner. In that manner, the reason why I did not blur the video is I want Trinidad and Tobago to understand. I in the media, we just highlight police officers when they do good. And let me tell you something. When they do good, TTPS officers want to be highlighted with their face showing. We did that good. We went on a raid, we got X, Y, and Z, and they're showing their face. So when they do something bad now, do I have to blur their face? No. Let your face show for Trinidad and Tobago to see it also. Is that how you protect and serve? Walking down the street to give an individual a ticket, and you feel it free to just knock away the man's phone? Are you going to buy back that phone? You ain't care less whether his phone working or not. You ain't care less. And this is where we the citizens now losing faith in Trinidad and Tobago police service. Now understand me. Understand me. There are officers that put their lives on the line daily doing the correct thing. And then there are some, because of the fact that they are police officers, they are entitled to bully you, they are entitled to walk over you, they are entitled to assault you, and you cannot do them nothing. Really? Really? Hence the reason why crime cannot finish. Hence the reason why you just see bodies all over the place. Because if officers of TTPS acting like that, when a crime happens in Trinidad and Tobago, who are you going to trust to fix it? Who are you going to trust to fix it? So now, the disciplinary committee in Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, how are you going to treat with him? Is he going to go home on suspension for a few days with full salary? Or yes, sir, he will go home with full pay because he have a family. He have a family to see about. What about the individual who he flicked away his phone? That man don't have a family to see about? That man don't have a family to see about. This is why one apple, they spoil a good basket. So that is the second incident within days apart coming from one station, St. Joseph Police Station. So I have a question now. Supposing that gentleman did retaliate and slap down that police officer, what would have happened? What would have happened? Police officers of TTPS would have wanted to charge that individual for assaulting a police officer, wounding with intent, and about 3 or 4 different charges. Correct? Am I correct, Trinidad and Tobago? But the officer, because he wearing TTPS, he could walk up that individual and just knock away the phone. Hey, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. If that was me, you see that uniform you're wearing? I would have lost my respect one time. If you wearing a uniform and coming and slapping with a phone from my hand, so help my God, I would have slapped you in your face. Somebody will say, oh, Saieed, you're inciting violence. No, that is not inciting violence. You as an officer coming to give me a ticket. Because I recording, you want to play a big bad bully and just knock away the phone from my hand? Let me tell you something. The same speed you knock it out is the same speed that is slapping you in your face. The same speed that is slapping you in your face. Because you disrespected your uniform by coming to to slap her with my phone from my hand. Misbehavior in public office. That is number one charge. That is number one charge. Let me tell you something. You was going home for 6 months without a salary. You see the commissioner of police. Let me tell you something. Them like they have some brain like sponge. Like sponge. You can tell me, the commissioner of police, you don't come up with a plan to fight crime for the citizens to behave. But you have 1 or 2 officers and them feeling there is some big badge on. How do we fix that problem? And this is a problem we have been having in Trinidad for years. You know how let me tell you something. You know how degrading that is? You know how disgusting that is? Now that officer have a stain for the rest of his life as long as he walks the street of Trinidad and Tobago. As long as he wear that uniform, as long as he go out on a duty, people would not respect him. He just lost his respect from the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Because you know the first thing they're going to tell him? Look, the officer who slapped her with the phone. What else are they going to tell him? You lost respect from citizens. Citizens do not respect you anymore because you didn't respect the uniform you had on. And then I now have to respect that particular police. Who is going to buy back the gentleman's phone? I wonder how his colleagues is feeling now. I wonder how the senior in that station where he works, I wonder how the senior is feeling now. You just embarrassed our whole station. Sad, you know. It's sad. Nobody talking about it. Everybody talking about, oh, we resisting arrest and we're not listening to police. But look at the type of action police doing. You see, when they represent that uniform TDPS, you represent police. Protect and serve. When they're going on a raid, I understand excessive force may be applied. I understand that. I understand that. When they go in a community, when they have protests, sometimes excessive force. I understand that. In order to get law and order, I understand certain things of TDPS. But you can't be just going to get a man a ticket and knock away his phone. So that man told me again and slap straight in your face one time. Me asking you, I'm telling you. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. And I'm not inciting violence over television. But let me tell you something. If you did meet some of my police friends or some of my friends from the army, and you do them that, all now so your boy watch more long so your nose mash up. You missing front teeth. Take what I'm telling you. Because I have seniors from corporal and superintendent and sergeant, plain clothes uniform, plain clothes, sometimes they're in uniform. Let me tell you something, if police stop them, they just follow regulations. Can I see your driver's permit and insurance, please? They take it out and hand them. If they got a ticket, they go and pay like a normal citizen. You should have met one of my senior superintendent friends and knock away his phone. Boy, so help my God, he would have beat you right there like a dog. Take what I'm telling you. Take what I'm telling you. No, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this, Trinidad and Tobago. That police who knock away his phone there, who knows? Who knows that his daughter or his son may be connected to some senior somewhere? Run back that video again one more time, director. I want to let her understand something. Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night, Saieed.
Pause for 1 minute, caller. Look at this, right from the beginning. Look at this. The police officer knocked away the phone from the guy with the blue jersey. What about if that fella in that blue jersey connected to some senior members? What about if the fella in that blue jersey, his daughter married some minister daughter? But now we're going to happen with you. What going to happen with you? Huh? If they suspend you from the force forever, you look for that because that's stupidness. And on top of that now, you're in the public domain now. And he was a policeman. Where you get there? You embarrass your whole family. You see, somehow you don't think with all the brain and all the head. All of this use all the next head to think. Call a good night.
Yeah, good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead.
There is sufficient evidence to charge that officer. Right? The evidence is there clearly. Right?
Yes.
The civilian just have to do what is it he have to do and so on.
Correct.
Just only report this officer there to the police complaint authority. And he's supposed to be charged because there's the evidence there in bold capital letters. It is there, the camera pick him up.
Yes.
Okay?
Thank you, my friend. You see, I gotta tell you something. People just like when we highlighting all kind of things, but you see, from the time we start to highlight police, they don't like it. They don't like it. Everybody who have a show on TV or on media houses, they go on to sweep it under the carpet. Not me, I stand for the right thing. I stand for the right thing. You go tell me you go to give a man a ticket and you knock away his phone because you wearing a uniform? So the man, I cannot have respect for you again if that's your mental thinking. Nobody gonna have respect for you. Because someday you might come across the wrong man with a mental attitude. You might end up in the hospital. You might end up without a hand. You might end up without a foot. You might end up crippled. You never know, you might end up in a cemetery. Or they have crazy individuals. You have crazy people like me out there light a candle and they see that same hand. But you will never straighten the hand again for the rest of your life. You have crazy people like me outside there. People don't like, you see, from the time media houses start to highlight police and their action, they don't like it. And it is my job to highlight things like these. I am not going to play like I didn't see the video. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I light enough from the president come straight down to the man on the street. I go see a video where officer assaulting an individual and pass it straight. No. I have friends in high places, I have friends in low places. In the media, what needs to be highlighted will be highlighted by real talk. So I wonder now if that officer going to be suspended for 7 days with 7 days full pay. What are they going to do? That come like a bully in school. That come like a bully in school. And then side must zip him out. Side must see that video and let pass straight because he's a police, no soldier man. Not because he's a police, I go further highlight you. You're the officer. You're supposed to have better sense in the public domain. You're wearing a uniform. When you're wearing a uniform and you're on the streets, cameras are on you. Eyes are on you. Understand that. You conduct yourself in a certain manner. Once you have on that uniform and you're outside in the street, you conduct yourself in an orderly manner. If a situation is taking place and you can't handle it, you have a walkie-talkie, you have a radio, call for backup. You see, I'm going to tell you something. All you can't tell me about security, you know. All you cannot tell me about security. And all you can't tell me about policing. Because I have friends from FBI come right down to normal private security firm. But that is an issue needed to be highlighted tonight. I don't care who say what. I don't care who say what. Now I will tell you something. If that officer that meet a crazy man all day, the whole of St. Joseph police station would have want to write out a ticket for an individual who beat up an officer. May I ask you, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Them so you're disgracing TGPS. Call a good night.
Good night, Saieed. I like you doing a real great job, but I'm going to say something. I believe the policeman maybe was a bully in school. That's why he do that to the man.
He come like a bully in school. He needs to go back, my lads.
Yeah. Anyway, do a good job. Keep it up.
Thank you, my friend. So, shifting gears, viewers, the Minister of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs, Dr. Amy Brown, disclosed that the government has confirmed that it spent a significant sum to host the state funeral of the late former Prime Minister Basdeo Pandey. Listen this, listen this, listen this. Amy Brown, and I will say this, the Pandays and them, I am definitely sure that the Pandays and them never asked the government to fund the funeral of the former Prime Minister or a late Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Basdeo Pandey. I am definitely sure about that. So don't let go no media release or briefing stating that you spent a large significant amount. Let me tell you something. All let's spending money on roads, paying contractors, and the bloody hell road, like if you pass through a Tesla road from long ago. So you see this? I don't hear what him say? Run that video there.
We took into the planning and implementation of this exercise an ethos of respect, of love, and of collaboration with the Pandey family and other stakeholders. That has resulted in all of the steps being conducted with a degree of reverence and respect for a life of service. It began with the air ambulance transport of Mr. Pandey to Florida in the first place, significant support being provided by the government for his transport to Florida, his treatment throughout, then the repatriation of his remains after his unfortunate passing.
Why you didn't come out and talk about the money that they spent on Maxwell Richards? Why you didn't come out and talk about that money? Why you didn't come out and talk about when Richard get his stroke? Why you didn't come out and make it a big issue? You want to embarrass the Pandey family? Them ask all for nothing. Them ain't ask all for nothing. All volunteered. So don't go on no media house. Hey, don't go on no media house and say you spend this and you spend that and you spend a lot. Them ask all for that. I am definitely sure that Pandey worked his life and he set aside. He set aside his death money. I am sure his wife could have bring him down in Trinidad, keep the funeral, burn him without all intervention. But Allah did it because of what? Why you don't talk about the money Richard spent? Allah spent on Richards. You see this kind of nonsense? You see these kind of stupid things? This kind of want to get fame? I am definitely sure Michaela Pandey could have brought down her father and kept the funeral. And they didn't have to do it asking anybody. They could have done it for themselves. Listen to what he said after.
We took into the planning process an ethos of respect, of love, of acknowledgement, of service, of collaboration. I have to tell you, working with the Pandey family and with Michaela in particular has been very easy, and the connection has been strong. All revolved around respect and due regard for a life of service and to ensure that the nation is able to say goodbye in a manner befitting of his stature.
Brown, I'll tell you something. Me was you, I would have never made them statements. I would have never said how much money. I would have never even used the term a significant amount because of respect. Because of respect for Pandey. because of respect for the life he lived, because of respect for the family, I would have never used those words, a significant amount. Why Ola didn't talk about the significant amount Ola spent behind Richards when he got this stroke? Ola, I want to talk about that. Ola, I want to talk about that. You see, scoring points on charity is a serious thing, you know. It's a serious thing. So, Brong, here what to do? You rock back in that chair and listen. Listen back to what you tell the nation. Listen back. And don't embarrass the family, because the family never asked you for nothing. And I'm proud to say that. They never ask you all for nothing. Talk about the money that all paying contractors to fix highways and it's not holding up. Talk about that. Here it is. Motorists traveling along the Sullivan Hojoy Highway may breathe a sign of relief in the next 4 months as the Ministry of Works and Transport is working to alleviate traffic on the passageway, starting with the widening of both the southbound and the northbound lanes from 2 to 3 lanes. Look at this video.
And we also embarked on a program for traffic alleviation. This year we earmarked 11 projects to help to assist with the flow of traffic. Where we are here this morning is one program where we decided to extend the highway from 2 lanes to 3 lanes. And the first attempt is from Chaguanas to Chase Village.
Now that's a good thing. That is a good thing. Call a good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Go right ahead.
Saeed, concerning 2 things, right? Concerning this police that slapped the man's phone out of his hand, I'm going to tell you something concerning that, right? Police just want the public to work with them.
Correct.
To give them information.
Correct.
And this is the way you treat any public. No matter what the man do, you're not supposed to do that. That is not the way you conduct yourself as a police officer. Right? You have to have more respect than that to the public.
Correct.
You notice the public does respect police that respect the public, right?
Yeah.
Now, that I find was very disrespectful, and that, thank God for social media, that here was, you outcry the people, the commissioner had no choice but to discipline the officer now. Moving on from that now, the second thing, right? They're concerning this still talking about the foreign affairs minister talking how much money he spent for Pandey funeral and thing, right? Let me tell you something, right? This government, they just want to talk on certain issues, right? The way he's speaking, although that money coming out from everybody's bank account to fund the man's funeral, that's taxpayers' money.
Correct.
That is taxpayers' money.
Correct.
That is nobody money there. That is people are trying to beg money, and if the
Yes.
people do have a problem funding the man's funeral, what is the problem? No, but here it is, right? They rather have a summit and a crime symposium that actually ain't no fruit and wasting time, feeding people, getting them fat over nothing side.
Correct.
And they spending way more money on that.
Correct.
Then rather they host a former prime minister funeral. I just saying on the side, they just talk about certain things and certain things they just let slide under the carpet.
Correct.
Anyway, you enjoy your night side.
Thank you, my friend. Now, works from Chaguanas to Chase Village. The minister noted that construction will commence from 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. on the roadway, while off-road works will continue from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. during peak hours. With this new project, cable barriers will be phased out as it was said to be too expensive and inappropriate for a highway. After they spend millions of dollars, hear what they're saying now. It's inappropriate for a highway. Now, to prevent cars from crossing the median, the government will invest in a New Jersey barrier, which can be found on the Churchill Roosevelt Highway. It is concrete with a unique slope that prevents vehicles from being thrown out of their lane in a possible traffic accident. The maintenance fee is low and it is said to be safer than cable barriers. Let me tell you something. Come back to me, director. When you hit one of them concrete barriers, two things going to happen. Is either your car badly wounded or you die on spot. Call her good night. Hello?
You hear me?
I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Okay. It's alleged that not only this former Max, but Maxi Coffee also was funded.
Yes.
It's alleged.
It is not alleged. And there's a man who got a stroke. Coffee, right? Millions of dollars they spend behind you. You know, they may go come out and make no big statement like what they're making with Pan. Pan is never asked them.
What you give your left hand, you shouldn't tell your right hand. This man served the country.
Correct.
He served the country better than all of them.
Correct. Thank you, my friend. And according to the caller before, it's taxpayers' money. It's taxpayers' money. So it's like this. The citizens of Trinidad and Tobago come together. They contribute in their taxes and the government spend the money. And the government now, Amy Brown now, Minister of Foreign Affairs, want to come out and big media briefing now. Significant amount. You just embarrass the government. You just embarrass the government. I am definitely sure the Pandits never asked Collier for help. Don't score cheap political points. You will embarrass yourself. And a man like me on television, I will tell you as it is. You embarrass the government. I wonder if I know what he's be saying when questions have been asked earlier. Do you all know when to decline? When it have a hotspot question, all that declining and running. But when you do something good, you want to put a price and let the people know that significant amount. Nobody never asks you that. Keep your damn mouth shut. Moving along. Oh, by the way, let me just throw back up Marlon now. Let Marlon feel a little nice. Let Marlon feel a little nice. Marlon Andrews. You come. You bring your collateral, you get your money, you take it and you're going like a bandit. It's sad. It's sad I had to light you up tonight. But you was asked kindly. You don't have the money, you can't pay us back, bring in your vehicle. Now for the rest of this week now, so whoever have this vehicle, I want to let you understand. By next week, Monday, I'm going to put $10,000 hit on this vehicle. Anybody see this vehicle, I'll bring it in, you know, 10,000. That's just me. That's just me. Call her good night.
Saieed, a pleasant good night and a happy new year to you, your family, and your wonderful staff.
Same to you there.
Saieed, all are going and comment on tonight. They're looking for votes. Everything they do for anybody, it's politically motivated. And I am certain that the Pandays never asked this government to fund no funeral to the Honorable Mr. Pandey, the Honorable and the only Honorable Prime Minister that run this country that should get that honorable name. Is that man, because that man stood up for people. He stood up for the underprivileged. And I heard on the news that some piece of land that he wanted to give. Don't give them nothing in this country. They're too ungrateful. That man made poor people drive motor cars.
Correct.
And what they do, they kick him. They kick the man to the curb. Some of them didn't have water, Saeed. That man made sure that those areas had water. That man did more than any government that run this country. That man was an honorable and a just man, and God bless him. Emery Brown just helped them to get the body to come back to Trinidad in a quicker space of time because of being in government, and he's a foreign affairs minister. But no money. If they spend, they're too fast. They spend on their own accord because they spend more than that, right? Reggie spend a set of money. She take the credit card and spend money. They talk about it. Whose money is that? Taxpayers' money. So all they spend no money. The pandas well off. They're not hungry mouth. They don't want nothing from the PNM government. Thank you, Saeed.
Thank you, my dear. So now, let's hear this, Minister of Works and Transport, Rohan Sinanan, has assured that the collapsed section of the Mosquito Creek is being addressed. He stated that there was a failure on part of the creek and temporary solution has been put in place. Listen to this.
At the creek right now, there's a piece of the creek that is unfinished. As we're all aware of, there was a failure on part of the creek. What you actually see happening on the creek there right now is a temporary solution for the movement. Once we solve the problem there, where I understand the engineering solution have been found, the contractors are about to restart that piece, because we had to make sure once we do something there, it don't fail again.
Let me hope that there is no additional cost to it. However, he noted that Mosquito Creek has always been a challenge area for road engineering.
That road will be of an international standard, just like how it is before and after that part. So you will have a 2-lane highway with proper shoulders and proper lighting. Right now what we're utilizing as the road network there is really not the finished part of the road.
Caller, good night.
Hello?
Go right ahead, you're live.
Saeed, how are you going, man? Good night. Good job.
I'm good, thanks.
You know, we have a name for that, Mimakaram. They give you in one hand and they throw it back in your face.
Thank you, my friend. So viewers, hear this now. Have you all been experiencing cutting electricity, damaged appliances? Villagers and Petersfield are complaining that almost every day electricity has been cutting off. They added that there is a substation on the Shogunas main road, and they often hear loud explosion which cause electricity to go. Have you been experiencing this in your community, viewers? I've been getting a lot of complaints about this. So, moving along. After asking for time to respond to an announcement by Guyana President Saieed Ali that his country formed a company with Barbados and TNT on January 4th to establish a regional ferry system, Minister of Works and Transport Rohan Sinanan shirked responsibilities, pointing to the office of the Attorney General. When contacted, Sinanan said he was gathering information on the subject and that a ferry system to service the Caribbean is nothing new and is intended to ensure the region feeds itself. How that is nothing new? How that is nothing new? We do have a ferry here going to Barbados. I don't think we don't. We do have a ferry in Trinidad going to Guyana. He stated that at the 45th meeting of the heads of state and government of the Caribbean community, CARICOM, the topic of the system was raised. He said Grenada was also included in the discussion. Apart from Guyana, Barbados, and Trinidad and Tobago, and added that further details were discussed at the Agri-Investment Forum and Expo, which ran from October 20th to 22 in Guyana. I was there. However, after promising to gather information, Sinanan opted against divulging even the name of the company when asked, as he reiterated that it was not under his purview. Foreign Affairs Ministry, how come he ain't talking nothing about that? How come he ain't saying the amount of money they had to spend, the significant amount of money? How come he ain't say something like that? No, that is important. That is what we should supposed to come out and talk. Well, after the 45th conversation with the heads of government in the Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago will be spending a significant amount in the ferry service. Brown, how come you release information like that? How come? You want to talk about the government spend money on, hey boy, let me tell you something, don't embarrass yourself of a big men in position. Don't do that. All can't play, coming after me and say, oh, Saieed anyway, saying and he uneducated, he's a clown or what? 6 different languages, you only know one. 2 exams away from being a chemical engineer. I'm also an accountant. I have a financial firm running. Plus I'm going to start one in Guyana. You're a minister who's sitting down, rocking back and collecting money. Call a good night. Hello? Stick your get it click. How come here come out and say the government is going to spend a significant amount? How come here come out and say nothing like that? Moving along Trinidad and Tobago. A group of employees who worked on the construction of ETHEC, Phoenix Park Industrial Estate in Point Lisas, but were reportedly not paid, protested as the estate officially opened today, holding up placards near the main entrance. The workers hope to get the attention of Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley, company officials, and other dignitaries who attend the event. So all is celebrating on people's strength who didn't even collect a salary. What a shame and disgrace. The workers claimed that they worked for subcontractors who have not been paid, and as a result, they have not received any wages. One of the protesters, who did not wish to be named, said more than 60 workers had not been paid for about 7 months. So what do they think about that now, Trinidad and Tobago? Big ETEC park open in the industrial estate and workers are even collect a cent for labor. How you call that? That's slavery days? Call a good night. Well, let's say something I ain't hearing all here. Trinidad and Tobago. Now, this what I'm going to touch on is the issues that we have in Trinidad and Tobago. A single mother, together with several other single parents who are currently owes money for maintenance for their children, are having issues from the court pay system judiciary of Trinidad and Tobago. She stated that maintenance have been paid by the fathers for children for the period August to November. However, the court has failed to submit these funds to help with monthly cost. A parent said the current cost of living is high and she is forced to work double shift at work to make ends meet. Now I'm going to tell you something. You see this court pay system? It It's a real problem right now. Because one guy came to me, one guy with one name and one identity, and they have 2 accounts for him. 2 accounts. So when he pay in this account, he doesn't have to pay in this account. And it's going on for months now, and up to now, the court paid judiciary system, they don't know how to fix the problem. They don't know. Because if he pay for this one, and then pay for this one, warrant coming out here, while this one is being paid. And if he pay for this one, and then pay for this one, warrant coming out here. And the court pay system can't fix the problem because they don't know how to fix the problem. So if he has to pay 500 a month on this one, he has to pay another 500 a month right here. Otherwise, a warrant will come out, and that will go down in his character. Imagine that, eh? Imagine that. Hey, do you all know that there is no certificate of character given out presently? Are you aware of that? Go in a station and ask, tell them you'll come to take out a certificate of character, and you will hear what they're going to tell you. So there are many people in Shogunas areas, bars, who have to renew license, and many other things. Sure, Trinidad and Tobago, and they cannot get a certificate of character to do it. Sad, eh? Really, really sad. Just imagine this court pay system, eh? It's a heck of a thing, you know, but I hope that they sort it out. I really, really hope that they sort it out. These are the little things that people don't talk about. We just raise the issue. People like me just raise the issue. So Trinidad and Tobago, we have about 5 minutes left on our program tonight. You have 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes. You have Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Remember, we are live from Monday to Friday, from 7 to 8 p.m. Which we run the next day from 11 to 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. This is the only current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago that deals with the issue. We deal with it. So we're going to put Marlon Andrew one more time. Marlon, I'm telling you a big man thing, come and drop your vehicle. Because I will continue showing your picture for the next 2 or 3 weeks. And you will be embarrassed from the friends and family in the neighborhood to your job site. And when you're traveling in a taxi now, or however your transportation, people will make you out and they're going to light you up. If you cannot pay your loan, bring your vehicle, a company will sell your vehicle and they're going to refund. It's nice and simple like that. Narissa, your time coming. Your time clicking on the clock, Narissa. I know what the vehicle is. I know what the vehicle is, Narissa. Jump high or jump low. When the hour reach for her to go and pick it up, you will be so embarrassed. But all know you're being embarrassed. All know. The rest of the vehicles, I have the rest of the vehicles. I have the rest of the vehicles, Narissa. Yours, when I get yours, I know where it is. I know where it is. When I get yours, you will see. So just before we go, you can flash the record for sale. So Trinidad and Tobago, Real Talk, you know we're into the wrecking business. I have one of my personal record is for sale. This record is carrying my personal BMW, my car show BMW, the shows and thing, and we have this for sale. It's a 5-ton, top of the line record. You see that? Top of the line. It is for sale. This record don't go to carry load for anybody. It's a private thing. So viewers, we are out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, it's another day tomorrow. So until we meet again, good night.